Why is it still going?
I know, it's still playing.
Because the stream is 30 seconds behind, so while it's done for them, we're still listening to the music.
Right.
Hi, everybody. Where's Tyler? Tyler's invisible. Put a Tyler here.
Oh my god.
Wait, why is his head there, though? That's like a bad place for it. Should I move to the other side?
That is a bad place.
That's a bad... I can't even get up. I can't move, actually. I'm going to come back there by you, Ali.
You want to grab a chair, Sandy?
I do.
Okay.
It's like, where is everybody? Oh, can I use this one? Or is it too small?
I'll take the director's chair.
How are we? Oh my gosh, it's Tyler.
Yeah,
Are you trying to put Tyler in a
Ben? Like a floating head.
Why don't you move up to the table, Sandy, so people can hear you with the mic and stuff.
Ew.
All right. Well, everybody, we're still playing with Tyler. Yes, yeah, you have to scoot right up into the
I'll
table.
scoot over a little bit. And you can...
Sorry. Squashing everything.
That's what happens when you're not here for camera tests. All right. No, Sandy can't hear you, though. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reverse the Verse. It is Friday, April 8th.
I'm good. I got tons of room.
Here we are.
Nope.
What is that?
Now we have a loud buzzing.
That's
Because
not
somebody
me.
ran over a wire.
I think that's Ben.
Yep.
Somebody ran over a wire.
All right.
All right, so we can't hear Tyler. So he ran over a wire.
Hold on a minute.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
It wasn't Ben.
No.
There are no wires under Ben.
I fixed it. A jiggle thingy.
A jiggle thing.
It was a
It was a
jiggle.
jiggle.
That's a
thing.
technical term.
Oh my goodness.
We're here
Are
now.
we? But we're not hearing Tyler at all now.
Tyler, are you there?
Are we actually live? To
We are
people?
live.
Yes, we're actually
Lordy.
live. That's what
I hear
happens
Tyler.
when you show up.
There.
Oh.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reverse the Verse. It's Friday, April 8th, 2016. I'm your community manager, Jared Huckabee. With me, as always, is our Director of Community Engagement, Online Strategy, and Spaceships, Mr. Ben Lesnick. Our Subscription Manager, Ms. Alexis Lesnick. Our Vice President of Marketing, Ms. Sandy Gardner. Our Editor, Justin Chambers. And joining us right about here, right there. That's our newest community manager out of the Austin office. That's Tyler Whitkin.
I like how he's reacting to your hand.
How you doing, Tyler?
The effect is seamless, by the way. It seems like he really is here kneeling in front of us.
Yes. So, if you've never watched Reverse the Verse for any reason, like good taste or solid decision making, Reverse the Verse is the Cloud Imperium Games community team's weekly informal live stream with the fans. We're going to talk a little bit about our week in review, hit some hot topics for Star Citizen, and then start taking questions from our community in the RSI chat. So yeah, we start off every week with our week in review. Ben, this has been a very, very busy week for us.
It's been a busy week. Actually, I wasn't here on Monday, so it was extra busy for you.
Yes.
It seems like a year ago, but I did take Monday off for once.
Yes.
No, we had lots of spaceship work this week. We kicked off designs for a whole bunch of new things we're going to see in the second half of the year, and also some of the revisiting. We did the kickoff for the Carrack and the Ursa rover and some stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Caleb's just really excited to start working on the rover. He was like, I haven't worked on a ground vehicle before, so he was very excited earlier this week.
Yep, but ground vehicles are in the works. Things to do with them as well. Because you're a star, man.
You're a 3D,
You're just going to
like the 4D experience.
You'll grow eventually until you fill the whole screen.
Like a dying star.
What else we do this week? Lots of work on the monthly report.
Oh, yes, by the way, my monthly report is in the works right now. It may be later tonight than usual because it has to go through the... Some people didn't turn in their monthly reports on time, so it has to go through the review process a little late, but we've kicked that off now.
Yes, it's
You
not
know who you are.
I feel like you were saying that as though those people are watching, but I don't think they are.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. They're not.
What is that thing that you're sitting on, by the way? I saw it in your Twitter, and I was
This,
like, what is
this.
it?
Well, thank you for mentioning it, Sandy. This was a fan gift this week. This happened this week. This is the actual blanket that's inside the Starfarer.
Oh, so somebody made it?
It's in the
I
captain's
thought you
quarters.
had
This is
it.
the Starfarer blanket in the captain's quarters.
It's so soft.
It's so soft, and it renders me invisible when I wear it. Look.
Yeah, not
where
really.
did Jared go?
Where did Jared
Oh,
go?
my
Oh,
Lord.
where?
Okay,
I don't
this
have
is-
the concept
this
of
is not
object
some
permanence.
weird
I'm right here,
children's
guys.
show.
I didn't go anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't move. The green screen breaks if you move, Tyler.
God, we wasted
Oh, I like that. Look at it.
Tyler broke the greens.
we wasted a budget on both of the effects in this episode: the Leno visibility and the Tyler giant head.
I actually thought you actually got this blanket, and this was like your baby blanket or something, and then you got it in the game because you have a habit of doing that kind of stuff.
He says.
So as you can see, we are just learning how to integrate Tyler and Austin into this format,
Oh,
but we
look,
will.
he moves.
We'll get better.
Wow.
Live streaming.
He's like magic.
You can be wherever you want.
It's like a Vegas show.
Only the 93rd time we've done this.
It is?
Something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. Also this week we had 10 for the chairman with. No, was it 10 for the chairman this week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The chairman was back in town, and now he's in Austin, rallying the troops there.
What's
You feel
happening?
rallied,
I'm
Tyler?
I'm missing something.
Do you feel rallied by having Chris there?
I just like not saying anything that made it seem awkward.
Is somebody making Tyler like smaller?
Yes,
Tom's
Hennessy's
just messing
in
with
there.
us.
Playing.
Tom's getting his jollies out of doing this.
Around the verse this week had a nice chat with Captain Richard, who's in our Twitch chat right now. Hello, Captain Richard.
Hello, Captain.
You may notice if you watched it, we did have to censor one of his clips. I'll let you watch it and find out which one it was. But we thought it was very funny, but it did have to be censored. They're saying they can't hear Tyler at all. The world is perfect.
Justin,
Is he muffled or muted? Those are two different things.
like checking his phone.
Well, yours turn. Well, we hear him really, really loud here, so he's louder than I'd prefer. Alexis, please say the segment. What did you do this week? Tell me you did something
I
cool.
was hoping that you were going to come to me here.
You always do.
Well, we have subscriber flare released today. It's a Hornet tracker model this month. So if you're a subscriber, that should be in your account now. And if you sign up this weekend, you'll get it on Monday. And we also released the concierge flare today. So that is on your account now. It actually won't show up in your hangar inventory. It's not an item. It'll just appear in your hangar if you're concierge.
Now that's service.
Oh, so it's already implemented in the game?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's there, and it's a top hat and monocle. If you didn't watch Around the Verse this week,
Do we know where in the hangar they appear?
I don't know that.
Oh,
Actually.
scavenger
So,
hunt, guys.
Yeah.
So we don't know where in the hangar they appear. Only that they are in each of the 4 different hangars. So you let us know where they're at.
And Sandy and I went on a fun trip to the 4PX warehouse this week.
We did, and we're still alive.
Yes.
Wait.
We went to the City of Industry.
We did.
Yes, I saw your Facebook before I knew what you were doing. I just saw this picture of you under a giant sign that says Wang doing this. And I'm like, there's a story here, but I don't know what the story is.
Yeah, don't you remember the constellation models?
Oh, that's Wang?
They all went to Wang. Yeah, we found.
Oh, Wang's not a person, he's a building.
Oh my gosh, that's like.
I thought it was Wong.
No, it was Wang. It was Wang. Or was it Wong?
I think it was Wong.
Was it Wong?
It was Wong.
No.
I thought it was Wang. Okay. Anyway.
The Wong Wang.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Wang had something to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Next week we have another lovely trip planned.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to another warehouse
Yeah,
next
we
week.
are. hmm
Heard it's in Bloomington?
It is. I know
That's
that's
mild,
I
Hood.
know.
That's
So
mild,
Alexis
Hood.
will have to talk to me for 2 hours. I think I went the wrong way, like about 3 times while I was talking to her.
A road trip.
And then Sandy and I went to McDonald's together.
We did. It's the first time I've ever been to McDonald's in a long, like maybe 2 decades. And I drove up the thing the wrong way.
Oh
And
my
everyone got really, really angry with me, as they should. And it was a complete cluster, and it was all my fault.
But those are the memories
Yeah,
that road
no,
trips are made
it
of.
was a fun warehouse trip.
And then I got those Monopoly tickets.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the important thing.
it was.
The Monopoly
It was.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're just one
Yeah,
away
now I
from
don't
$1 million.
get
We went away from $1 million.
Went away from
Are we?
winning.
Are we really? Wow.
Yeah.
You just need to buy McDonald's.
Yeah. Now I don't hear Tyler. Tyler, if you're messing with us, you don't help Hennessy out. Okay.
Even I heard that.
Someone is correcting us and saying it's not the city of industry. Apparently, it's just called industry.
Oh,
So
okay.
thanks, that guy.
Thanks. Thanks to you.
So you guys want to go to industry?
Oh, it was something, wasn't it, Alexis?
Yes, it was.
I don't know. We can hear you. So. Well, we're wearing headphones, so I don't know why that would be possible. All right. Well, if you can't hear Tyler, he's saying that he enjoys working with me and that I'm a role model and that he hopes to learn a lot.
And that he's
So
my
thank you,
cheerleader
Tyler, for being
Wall
so
Ball.
gracious.
Are you
Justin.
Coming, are you coming to
Yes.
be part of it?
Yes, I don't want to be that guy, but since that guy chimed in, I would like to
No,
kind
please go away with this.
of industry, officially called City of Industry.
Were
the
you that
industrial
guy?
suburbs
Oh.
of Los
That guy.
Angeles and the San Gabriel Valley.
Oh my
So it is
lord.
officially
So
called
it's
City
still,
of
that's what
Industry.
I mean, I because there were signs for
So,
it. So,
so
I
I'm just
assume
saying, is that guy?
I-
That guy has just come into that
For
guy.
a second
that
there,
guy's been that guy.
for a second there, I
Right.
thought it was Inception with
I still
Tom
can't hear
actually
Tyler,
trolling
though.
us.
No, what's that?
I still can't hear Tyler on the stream, though.
I can't do anything about it. I don't have any control over his audio.
Well, we hear him fine, so it's got to be something else. We're hearing him loud as day, and they're not hearing him in the stream. So that has to be something we have control
Well,
over.
let's get back to the show. Tyler, we will try
Tyler,
this
we will-
again next week, and we'll get it
Save
working.
you.
But let's not do.
All right. Justin, you had an exciting week.
I did have an exciting week. It was really short, it felt like. Probably
Because you weren't here for some
Yeah, yesterday was
here.
your first day back.
Yesterday was my first day back. Shh. It's behind the scenes. We're not supposed to know our movie magic. No, I had an exciting week. I got back from a cruise vacation and then just jumped right into editing 10 for the Chairman and other lore makers, pulling some segments out of ATV. Back to business. So it was fun. It was good.
What did you do this week, Sandy, other than warehouse trips?
You know, that's a really good question because every time you, I'm like a goldfish. I
I'm
don't
the same
know.
way.
I swim around and I don't remember what I did like 2 seconds ago. But what did I do? Did we do anything this week, Alexis? I feel like we have.
We're sorting out a track jacket sale for next week.
Oh yeah, the track jacket sale for next week with the bonus notepad.
Yeah, we're gonna do $49 for track jackets next week, and it will come with the playing card set as well.
Oh yeah.
So,
And then
starting Monday.
Yeah, and then we've got a couple of other items that we've got in the works
Working on event merchandise.
for Gamescom.
Yeah, for Gamescom and.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. I did a lot of work on Gamescom this week. Jared, where's my stuff?
Working on it.
Yeah. I did a lot of work that I passed on to Jared. No. So I'm busily trying to work on the placement at the moment of our booth. We're all set on accommodation and getting there and volunteers, right?
Yep,
I think we're
volunteers.
set on volunteers. So that's all looking really good. What else am I working on? A little bit of CitizenCon. We've sorted out the swag for that, right, Alexis?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then
You and I have been talking sales all week. we've got
we
some
have been
things
talking
planned.
sales all week. That's right. Yes. And what else have we been doing? There's something. I mean, no. Are you on that thread? No.
Not the food thread?
Oh,
No.
the food. No,
No,
the
no.
food thread. That's it. No. But I have been very busy this week, so.
Been setting up for the Wing Commander stream that's on Saturday.
Oh yes, tomorrow we'll be playing through Secret Missions 2, starting at noon Pacific, and we'll be talking all sorts of Wing Commander trivia. You'll get to hear our voice acting. It's gonna be good.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to patch 2.4, Tom. Patch 2.4. 2.4. Am I saying that right?
Justin,
2.4?
what
Yes,
are
that
you
is how you
doing?
pronounce the word 2.4.
I don't know why. For some reason, I thought I was saying it wrong. A 2.4?
It feels like you're putting a weird emphasis on two.
That's what I thought. That's,
Yeah.
I'm not saying 2.4 right.
I think, can you say it wrong? It's just a number, a dot, and a number.
What do you mean? Can you say it wrong?
And he means he's saying it sounds weird to himself when he's saying it.
2.4?
Like it's,
2.4.
just, yeah.
This isn't television; it's compel-vision.
Oh my lord.
So, We've still got a 2.31 in the works. They're still testing that, but folks have already started to put together 2.4.
Yes, 2.4 has branched, which means that all the stuff we want to include in it is in a different build right now that QA is looking at. As we, in the next couple of weeks, we may say, oh, this isn't working now, we're going to take it out, or, oh, we got this working, we're going to add it in. So we can't tell you exactly what is going to be in the build, but we're aiming towards persistence. We had a test build last week or so that had the very, very early stages of some persistent features, so hoping to have a little bit of that in 2.4.
Yes.
Hoping to have another ship hangar ready and another one flyable.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can probably figure out what those are, but
Exciting.
And if you watch Around the Verse, specifically the Austin segments, Jake Ross has talked a lot about the beginnings of persistence, the stuff that they're hoping to get into that very first build. So definitely check out those news from Around the Verse segments and Around the Verse. That's where you're going to find most of the nitty gritty, that kind of stuff. So still too early to say what's in 2.4, but just wanted to give you that update because folks were asking. Ben, you ready to play Where's My Spaceship?
sure.
All right, let's play Where's My Spaceship. Ben, where's my spaceship?
Well, let's see what's going on. We've got the internal concepts for the Caterpillar starting to come in. So, in fact, if you saw Sandy's Facebook last night, the
Oh, yeah, that
mystery
was the
ladder,
Caterpillar.
the
Yes.
mystery ladder was from the Caterpillar. So that was a internal bit of the Caterpillar. Mark Skeleton and the guys, folks are working on that. Gormak and everyone. We've got the Herald in Austin, which is Josh Coons, I believe.
Jeff Coons and Chris Smith.
No, Chris Smith. This was the thing that Tyler was going to say, but since you can't hear him, I will.
Maybe.
Oh, they can
can
hear
we
him.
hear Tyler now?
Tyler,
Tell us what people
No,
are doing.
I'm not hearing.
Tyler.
We are not hearing Tyler
Hello,
anymore.
Tyler.
I think those two have been having a real gag. They've
Oh,
been
because I
like-
closed the Tyler thing because I thought we were done.
No, I think Tyler's been chatting to the community and we have no idea what
We
he's
have no
saying.
idea what he's saying.
I clicked the
Are
link.
we back with that?
Apparently.
Test, can you hear
Yes,
me?
now I can hear him. Can you guys hear him?
Okay. Yes, they can hear me.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Yes. So, ships. Yeah, Josh Coons is working on the interior and the exterior of the Herald. Chris Smith is not on it. He is working on the Hornet F7CA, the military variant. And it's coming along, and it looks really awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
What
What time is it?
What time is it? It's 10:21.
Can't be 10:21.
11:21.
Yeah.
Do I look like time? Cool. Where's my other spaceship?
Let's see, guys in the UK are working on the Javelin. There's some pretty active Javelin stuff going on right now. They're getting the Starfarer. It's space trials. We have builds out there where it's flying around and you fly the giant turtle.
I've seen Matt Intrieri working on damage effects
The giant.
for the Starfarer. Lots of cool stuff coming with that.
Chris spilled the beans on the Misk Prospector, which is our next concept ship during Time for the Chairman. It's the much smaller, individualized mining ship.
I want that ship.
We'll be seeing more of that real soon.
Misk is an interesting choice for a mining ship. Can you talk a little bit about why Misk?
No.
Okay.
Why not?
I tried.
No, I like you think of like a Toyota car, and there are all these cheap Toyota hatchbacks and sedans and things, and then they also make these big trucks. Mm-hmm. Am I thinking of Toyota or am I thinking of
You think of Mitsubishi?
I think I'm thinking of a Isuzu. Anyway, I like the idea that they make these consumer grade ships, and then they also make these industrial ships. So,
Cool. Where's my other spaceship?
what's the other spaceship? Is it the Bandu Merchantman?
Yeah. It's always the Benny Merchant. Where's the Benny Merchant?
It's still waiting for.
Where's the Carrack, Ben?
The Carrack, we had the kickoff meeting for the Carrack's internals this week, just making sure everything works in the game. And then Gormak is going to be revisiting that in the not too distant future, once the Caterpillar work is wound down.
Cool. And any other spaceships?
That's all I can think of right now.
That was Where's My Spaceship? Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to move on to our question and answer section. This is where you guys can ask us questions in the RSI general chat. Please preface your questions with the word question in capital letters surrounded by brackets. It definitely helps me pick it up out of the detritus. Hi, Tyler. How you doing? How you doing, Tyler? He was waving to us from below.
Oh, something exciting I remembered that I did do this week was I was on a thread for the that we did an orchestral this week for the Star Citizen. Does everybody already know that?
Yeah, with
Yes.
Pedro. Actually, I don't know if they know that.
Oh, if they follow Pedro on social media, they know that.
Okay.
Well, if you follow Pedro on social media, you know everything about Star Citizen.
Yeah, so Pedro was sending me tracks at 11 o'clock last night saying, will you listen to this and tell me what you think? And it's all new stuff that they recorded, so it's quite good.
So I'm working on the CD is what I...
Yes, in fact, I've been trying to get the liner notes out of them.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Why don't you ask that one about the top hat and monocle?
I haven't seen it yet.
Right, I'm going to have to exit because I think my 11:30 meeting's going to start.
It's only 12:24 or 10:24.
Shut up.
Hey, in my defense, what time does that say right there?
10:24.
Okay, it's not my fault.
Did somebody take this telephonic and that's why it's in the mountain time still?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Can we ship Tyler and Lando? I don't know what that means.
That means
Like a
When you have a relationship on the internet.
Oh.
Like you ship Kirk and Spock.
Oh. I get what that
I
means.
assume that people do that already.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like
But it's nice that they ask permission.
I'm sure there's like Disco Lando hentai out there already.
It made me unreasonably
Please don't
sad.
send it to us.
Yes,
Made me
and Ben
unreasonably
has
sad.
it.
Alexis, sorry, I didn't see that question, but you saw it, so.
Oh, I just saw somebody asked if the concierge flare is wearable. It is not. It is just a flare item in your hangar. It's decoration, not wearable.
But down the line,
Sorry if that disappoints you.
down the line, we'd like to make it wearable once
Yeah,
the
I
airport
was
system
like, I was
is.
seeing some feedback about the flare yesterday. You know, it's the first, it's our first foray into that for concierge. So, you know,
More fun stuff coming.
yeah.
Yes, this is the Starfarer blanket in the captain's room. No, it's not for sale because it's mine. It was a gift from Champion 7B and his org, whose name escapes me at the moment. It's on my Twitter. Let's see.
Hey Lando,
Hey, Tyler.
when will Big Benny's machine make it to the hangar?
I don't know.
Wasn't that something you were gonna look into?
I asked for it. After that, it's out of my hands. So,
Well, if it makes you feel better, I did propose an event where we do that, but it has not been vetted or approved or anything yet. It's out there.
is Lando on drugs? You didn't preface that with the word question, so I can't answer it. What about the Lynx rover and the Ursa rover?
Yes, we did a kickoff for the Ursa rover this week, and we'll be talking about it more in the next couple days. Lynx, I think, already has concept art.
Okay. Preacher wants to know if we'll see 2.3.1 live before 2.4 goes live.
Yes. In fact, I've been told they have a build they'd like to try to push today. Not a promise, but they're going to give it a shot. That's a 2-3-1, not 2-4. We're
Yeah, 2.3.1, guys.
2-3-1, not 2-4. 2-4 is a ways off.
2.4 is not ready.
They're not close to 2.4.
Make questions faster.
Verwolf,
Questions.
Verwolf says, I sent you graph with procedural trees to RSI forums. Is this useful that I will send ideas about procedural generation? Or is it a waste of time?
No, anything you send us, I'll be happy to pass it on to the ordinary folks. I mean, I imagine if I looked at a procedural tree, I would just have no idea what that is. But we do know who to send it to.
Yeah.
Germans. Usually Germans.
The Germans are
Remember to preface your question with the word question, guys.
Otherwise, it's not a real question.
Otherwise, it's not a real question.
And Angel dies.
Angel died.
All right, so that HEV fast forward, can you guys talk more about it?
That is a procedural build from about a month and a half ago that we used in our February show and tell, and they were kind enough to let us share some of the February stuff with the community. So
Yeah, it's by no means final. It's not even close to final.
Yeah, it's super early.
It's continuing development, which is why we labeled it such. It's the continuing development. We're just showing you things as they progress so that you can actually see how things get built out and how things progress through development.
but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's one of those cool things we can do because Star Citizen works the way it's working, where we get to follow things in development. So still very early on in the process, but I hope we can show you more and more as it progresses, so you can see what an amazing system it's shaping up to be. Space Canuck wants to know if there will be new concierge flare every month.
No.
No. No, this was something that, I think last year or the year before we asked, what kind of perks do concierge guys want? And I believe flare was one of the overwhelming responses that we got. And then there was kind of a thread looking for ideas, and then we kind of pulled from that thread. So, yeah.
We will do other things as we go forward, but it's not going to be a schedule like subscribers. In the case of the subscriber flare, the subscriber money pays to make the flare, so
That's right.
it's a self-enclosed system.
So wants to know if the X56 is just an unbranded version of the Star Citizen HOTAS.
No, I don't believe so.
No, because I imagine if it were, we'd have our development prototype. by
Yeah,
now.
we have a- In fact, no, I think it's the generation before ours as far as their production design development process goes.
Oh no asks, is it SIG's current plan intention to have every currently announced and planned ship to be flyable at commercial launch?
No, it depends what you mean by commercial launch. Exactly. When you can buy the game right now, is it commercial launch? No. It's the hope, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're not there yet.
especially for the newer ones. I mean, pretty much everything before 2015, through 2015 probably. In fact, I think it wasn't until the Endeavor that we looked at schedules where, this might come out after the beta or whatever.
Does knowing that Lex Luthor was actually Lex Luthor Jr. change your opinion on Superman versus Batman?
Did he write it?
Did Lex Luthor write the movie? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand the question. But no new piece of information is going to change how I feel about the movie. The stuff that's there in the movie when I watch the movie is what I base my opinion
Oh, he
on.
was actually.
Well,
Lex
you could
Luthor's
fix it with the
son?
second movie, where we like open up on like Batman's house, and then Batman wakes up and he's like, "Oh, I had a terrible dream. I had to fight Superman." And then
And the house's name is Martha.
yeah, and Alfred is like, "Oh, but Superman, you were best friends. You fight crime together." And he's like, "Yes, of course. That's what makes us appealing characters."
I knew it would bring Hennessy out of the Hennessy hole
yeah.
when I read it.
So wait, Lex
Looking
Luthor was
unhappy.
Lex's son in the movie?
Isn't he often his son though in the
Yes.
comics?
Yes. It means nothing. His dad's dead. He is inherited company. He is the only Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Oh my God, I know the scene that we can have in the next movie. He could be like, "Your dad is also named Martha."
Well, now all you guys can hate on the movie that I have no choice. Or I will allow you to hate on it.
I was going to say, what are you going to do?
I'm surprised you guys aren't talking about the Rogue One trailer.
Let's
That happened this week.
yeah.
It's
Let's
good.
keep taking questions right now.
We're not going to be able to do when questions, guys. We can't tell you when something's coming. Not because it's a secret, but because it will come when it's ready.
Or before it's ready, but
Or sometimes
after
before
now.
it's ready.
I see somebody asking about the dog tags, Squadron 42 dog tags. Those are going into production very soon, so I'd say probably another month or so until they ship.
Right. Also, the mouse pads were very quickly sold out, Alexis.
They
Will they be
were.
available in the store again?
Yes, we gotta get through this run and then we can see about bringing those back.
What about that last set of patches?
Last set of patches. Those are shipping soon. Are you asking if we're bringing them
He's
back?
asking if they'll come back in the store.
Possibly. We're actually, right now we're working on 2 different sets of manufacturer patches, which we'll probably sell before we would sell that set again, but we can certainly look into bringing those back as well.
Is it too early to talk about the Dragonfly?
We could talk about it to some degree.
Somebody just says, "What is the status?" and can you say anything about the Dragonfly?
Well, it has gone through the initial design process, and I believe if it does not have a concept artist right now, it is waiting to go to one?
I think I think there was some Dragonfly concept art posted today.
Oh, I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
I'm curious who's doing it because I know Jim Martin is the other one, the other Drake ship.
The Buccaneer.
Buccaneer, yeah. So now I want to go check.
I didn't know Jim Martin was doing the Buccaneer. That's exciting. I like Jim Martin spaceships.
Isn't there like a joke about pirates and corn? Buccaneer.
That is how much pirates pay for corn. It's not a joke. It's
It's
quite
just a fact.
serious.
It's just a fact of nature.
It's just a fact of life. Okay.
Can we have a big ship sail? I don't know.
How big a ship do you want?
Yeah. Is Jason wearing biodynamic headset? I don't know who Jason is.
Jason?
Maybe he means Jared Chambers.
When is the date for Gamescom in Cologne this year, and when did ticket sales start for it?
I think Gamescom tickets are all already on sale.
Yeah. I think he's talking about our big Gamescom event. That we're
Oh,
not
well,
doing.
we're doing the event, our event differently this year. We're not having a ticketed event that you go to. We're going to have several like more social events, and then we're going to have a booth out on the show floor also. It's a whole new paradigm for us.
Yes. So short version, no single giant Star Citizen event at Gamescom this year.
But there'll be like 4 or 5 other events that are the same size.
That won't cost anything.
That won't cost you anything. So no worries about getting tickets. Just try and find a hotel room.
Can we please make the rover red?
You can make the rover whatever color you want.
Don't promise that. Don't promise that.
We have that. We have that in right now. We can change base colors.
What is Justin listening to? We're listening to the Tyler speak. That's why we all got
Hello.
Listen to the sweet sounds of Tyler.
Well, if you just tuned in, it's hard to believe that through the magic of Hollywood FX, we brought Tyler into this stream from Austin. I mean, people just tuning in are like, "Oh, Tyler's sitting there," but no, this is top of the line technology.
I'm all the way around the world right now.
And he's dropping some sick beats.
If you take the long way.
Yeah. Will the rewriting of the netcode backend will pause the game development? No.
No, one thing that we see all the time is people are like, "Oh, you're rewriting something, you're redoing something, you're rebuilding a 3D model." That is part of the process of any game ever. You know, the whatever model when I get in the car in GTA, that car has been redesigned 30 times. It's just how the process works. The only difference in Star Citizen is that you guys are seeing it. So when someone says, "Oh, they're rewriting netcode," just simply means, oh, they're doing their job as intended.
Yeah, it's the difference between development and construction. Construction, everything is planned out from the beginning, and then you just sit there and you're just building what's on the paper. Instead of development is you're trying things, trying different things, trying yet different things to get to the end result that you're looking for, to discover the end result that you're looking for. So, fundamental difference between development and construction. How is your Mass Effect going, Lando? Mass Effect adventure going, Lando? It's on pause right now. I don't like Mass Effect 2 as much as Mass Effect 1. So I kind of fell off of it. I don't like the black and white nature and how everything Renegade is evil now, and your face is glowing red and your eyes are glowing red, and oh, you made evil choices. They're not evil choices.
Some of them are.
Not in Mass Effect 1.
You killed that hive mother thing, didn't you? You like
That was Mass Effect 2, wasn't it?
No, it was 1, I thought, wasn't it?
Hive Mother?
You like extincted the
Yeah, but she was too dangerous to live. And it was an already extinct species, so it's too dangerous. I was protecting humanity.
send your cards and letters to.
I just prefer the shades of gray in Mass Effect 1. I recognize that Mass Effect 2, gameplay-wise, is a much better game, but for the overall experience, I was enjoying Mass Effect 1 better.
It's faster. I don't know if it's better. I like the slow pace of Mass Effect 1. That if you feel like you've been dropped into a universe.
Hey, is there a rework of the 300 series?
Down the line, yes. It's one of the ones that needs another look.
What kind of headwear is Alexis's favorite?
What?
Headwear.
Like a hat?
Maybe I guess.
Go with
I
hat.
guess I like a beret.
Where did
Fancy.
my beret
no,
go?
not like a fancy beret, like a knit.
Oh,
sloppy,
okay.
Floppy beret kind of thing.
Crocheted.
Yeah,
maybe?
like a crochet.
Like a knit beret.
something or other.
I picture you for like one
I
of
can
those
knit a
long
beret.
beanie girls.
That's kind of like what it's like a slouchy beanie thing.
Question: how often will you show these ATV fast forwards? They're every week
Once
in
a week,
ATV. We started it about 3 weeks ago.
The sneak peek has been replaced by a more robust.
Thing that lets us show
Segment.
more than just art.
Yeah.
Robust. I feel like we use that word a lot.
Well, it's a very robust
We're
word.
robust people.
Do. Any news on a CIG live stream that was originally planned for January 16th?
It didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we just didn't have enough to do the live stream.
Yeah, late last year we kind of had this idea that we do a live stream every month or two to do a Squadron 42 character, and when we actually got to the live stream, it just made more sense to put out a prepared video with the interview and then the associated video, so we switched to doing that.
Yes, it's a lot of work to keep a live stream as compelling as this one.
Mm-hmm. We do between 1 and 3 live streams a week.
People think anybody can do this, and I think we prove that wrong every week.
No, but the January live stream was going to be to show off Agent Scully, whose name I can't remember. Gillian Anderson, and some of the John Scout work. So you've seen everything you would have seen at that live stream.
You just miss us doing this for an hour
for the rest of the
around
time.
it,
Yeah.
Hey, there's the price change on the recent price change on the Starcar. I mean that there's a price change for the Gemini.
There will be a similar price change to the Gemini whenever it comes back.
Ship-mounted space shotgun status.
If you're a subscriber, check out the vault this week. We have a picture of that concept.
Status of the RSI Orion.
Other than some work on the mining mechanic in general, it's still waiting for its time in the spotlight.
Video of the finished LA office. Soon. It's almost done. We're still working on that lobby.
Yeah, the LA office has gone from very plain, bare everything to looking fantastic. We've got these cool wall prints up everywhere. We've got like a kitchen area with like a coffee bar. All of our offices are Star Citizen themed, so when we have like fake titles that are in the UEE future, but the very last thing we have been working on is the front lobby. You don't necessarily need a front lobby to continue development, so they're building the desk that goes in there and the doors that open up into the rest of the studio, and soon our studio will have a front door. It's going to be fantastic.
Yes, soon we'll have a front door that locks.
Star Citizen front door coming soon, and once it's
Sorry, go ahead.
once it's up to snuff, we'll do a tour. I think we'll have Chris give it because this is his baby.
Will purchasers of an AMD GPU of the Polaris line be able to get a package with the complimentary Polaris?
No, there's no connection there.
You will also get a North Star,
But good try.
but no place to store it.
No, I came up with Polaris, I think, during the meeting about the Untitled Corvette. We were looking for something that said Navy military, and I associated Polaris with the missiles. My granddad worked on the design of the Polaris ICBMs.
Although if you do buy a mid to high range swimming pool filter in the Polaris line, you
Because our RSI ship titles are usually something spacey, Aurora, Constellation, and so on. So we wanted something that could fit that, but also say military, and Polaris stuck there. I still don't know if that's going to be the permanent name, although it seems to have stuck everywhere. It hasn't gotten that 100% Chris Roberts thumbs up, though. So.
Corbett Volkov asks, will we be able to explore the Idris before the game launch? You're going to want to check out the interview with Aaron Roberts from last week's ATV. We don't know the answer to that yet.
So maybe you don't need to check out the interview with
No,
Aaron
but I
Rodgers.
said there's more to it than just that, though. It's lots of good information about things that seem to involve your interests.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing debate about the Idris, just because it's so essential to a bunch of Squadron 42 scenes. We don't necessarily want to give away the sets. It would be like putting out the sets to a movie before it comes out.
Yeah.
But there's also a compelling reason to get it out there and people seeing how cool it is. So, ongoing discussion.
Yeah. And either way, it's not a decision that has to be made until it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So, and it's not there yet.
Yeah, it's not like we have a switch right now that's Idris on off.
It's not like we could have it out there to you guys and we're just dragging our feet. It's not ready to go yet.
Yeah, we talk about stuff like the QA is testing an Idris build right now where you can do all the Idris stuff. That's true, but it's not done. You'll get in there and you'll go down 2 decks and there'll be a completely blank room or something. So it still has some work going on. Well, it is very close.
Yeah. Any new info about the Vanguard?
I don't think so. I know Chris asked them to make the thrusters glow.
The intakes glow,
The
like
intakes
in
glow, yeah.
Gurmak's concept art. So,
But that's one of those things that, it's probably going back and changing the thrusters in the Vanguard is very, 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 very late in the...
yeah, it's not a high priority thing to make the thrusters glow. Did everybody file their monthly report on time?
No, they did not.
I did.
Yes, Tyler did a good job on his. I'm not going to shame anyone in particular, but everyone was late except Tyler. No, monthly reports, we have them all in now. They have been sent to legal, aka Toast, for his review, which is hopefully happening right now. He was... Once it comes back from him, in fact, it's mid-styling right now, so as soon as this meeting is done, Jared and Tyler and I are going to go finish up the actual post. We send it to Chris, who's in Austin right now, for his review. He has to sign off, Toast has to sign off, and then we publish it. So it might be a late one, depending on their workloads and what might need to be changed.
Any updates on the Tavarin race?
No, they are... we're waiting on a look dev from Chris Olivia there. But I haven't heard about it in a while.
Does the Dragonfly have quantum jump?
Dragonfly has quantum, but it can't land on a planet by itself. So it's like a reverse snub fighter.
Gotcha.
So like you can take a Merlin from a planet up into a ship in orbit, but it can't quantum somewhere. It needs to be carried to another nav point. Whereas the Dragonfly, it can fly from point to point in space very easily, but it can't go back to your hangar. You need something to take it there. So it's one of those very easy checks and balances style things. So we envision like, you load up your Caterpillar with a whole bunch of cheap Dragonflies and you go raid some big ship and then you carry them home in that. Carry home the survivors because Dragonflies are going to be cheap and plentiful.
Question for Jason. How come you guys are so awesome?
Who's
Who
Jason?
is Jason? At first I thought they meant Justin and they just didn't know my name, but clearly
Well,
they're
maybe they
hacklers.
still don't know your name isn't Jason. Though for the record, this is Justin, and he is awesome.
Will there be a live stream at Gamescom? Not in the sense that they're probably expecting.
There will be live streams, okay. So what you're not going to have is the Chris Roberts stands in front of a crowd of people and gives a presentation that they've been working on for the previous month to get right. That's what we're skipping this time. But we will have Chris Roberts getting in front of crowds and sharing all the stuff we've been doing, whatever it is, to that point. And we'll have all sorts of Squadron stuff. We'll have all of us there, and we'll have fans streaming. There's all sorts of things happening. It's that Rogue One trailer, huh?
I really enjoyed it.
Broop, broop, broop.
I thought it was an ambulance kind of sound, or maybe it's like a ship, like a siren.
Yeah.
It sounded like Obi-Wan's lizard from Episode 3.
Will you sell more FPS weapons in Voyager Direct?
They're in there. Yeah, down the line we can do that, but I kind of like having them in the game to find and use. It kind of speaks to the the finished game much more than, oh, here's a cash shop, buy everything. So I kind of like the fact that we have not been putting every single FPS weapon in the store.
Yes. Eventually, there will be in-game stores where you can buy weapons and stuff.
Kasaba.
Yeah, it's closed.
By the way,
Yeah, Kasaba.
Matthew Sherman is messaging me right now and making sure that I say this before RTV ends, that the Dragonfly does not have a quantum drive.
All right, that's changed.
Okay. Sure, there'll be a conversation after the show. What landing zone are you most excited to see in game? For me, it's Crusader. Ben doesn't have an answer to that.
Oh no, I want to see them all.
I want to see them all.
By the way,
I'd be happy to see Nyx.
By the way, as far as the Dragonfly thing, it does look like it just recently changed.
Okay.
Well, as always, the answers that we give are as correct to our ability, our best ability. How many shades of gray does Lando like? At least 50.
At least. That's a lot.
This is a weird suggestive conversation that I don't quite understand.
Thanks.
What is with you in these like?
Is he not listening? We've just been talking about that.
What does it say?
It's the same thing that
2 minutes ago.
Is he messaging like every single person?
Apparently.
I didn't get him.
Is there someone behind Lando?
Yeah,
That's creepy. There's someone in front of him. Me.
Is there somebody knocking on our door?
Yes, there's somebody knocking on the roof.
Oh, on the roof.
Oh, yeah,
The
we're working
roof?
up there.
Or it's not the door?
The roof is also not finished.
Oh, yeah, I was okay if it was on the roof.
Can we see a longer video of the Subception sneak peek? What we saw last week, seems like only a fragment of a longer presentation. Nope, that was the entire thing.
We cut internally. We kind of have an internal ATV every studio where we share just clips from each team showing off what they're working on, and that's where we pulled those from. So it had been edited before it got to us into a short thing showing, hey, some of the cool work we're doing.
But that was the entire Subsumption bit. Could we PM Lando the questions so he doesn't have to deal with rapidly scrolling text? No, I turn off the scrolling and I go through at my own pace.
And then you get like 5 million PMs, and it's like each one
Yes.
is 1 pixel wide.
Exactly,
and
I just have to scroll through. Yeah, no. We keep it in general chat, so it's fair game for everybody. If I'm not asking you a question, it's most likely because I just know we don't have an answer for it. Alexis, what's your favorite ship and why?
I love the Endeavor. I just think it's cool, and I like those pods. I also love the M50. I just think it's a really cool design. That's been my favorite for a while.
It's like an A-wing lost weight.
That's Gary Oldman's favorite as well.
Ah.
My brother ran into Gary Oldman over the weekend, and he said he asked him about Star Citizen, and he just lit up. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
You want to tell people what your brother does and why he would run into Gary
Oh,
Oldman?
he stalks Gary Oldman. No, he's a Hollywood reporter, so
He's the real Hollywood Ben.
yeah, he's the actual Hollywood version of me. No, I'm the Aaron Roberts, and he's the Chris Roberts. He's the like handsome, charismatic one, and I am Aaron Roberts. No, I'm
Shots fired.
he's Chris. I'm Aaron. I'm the hardworking one.
Oh my god.
You've been watching the last episode of Reverse the Verse, everybody. We hope you've enjoyed it. You know, when I hired in here a year ago now, I was really worried that I was going to be the wild card, and I was going to be I was going to be the one that got people in trouble and stuff. And I was wrong. I was
Okay,
very,
Mr. Leak
very
the
wrong.
entire
I
game.
don't know if you remember.
Shots fired. Ben's on fire today.
Can we tell the backstory of that?
What the?
Let's
That
tell
we
the
were- That
backstory.
we went to see. Ben Lando
Oh
and I
my
had
god!
gone
Yeah,
to see.
we should talk about this now.
What was the
Tomorrowland, which was a terrible decision in and of itself.
We'd gone to see Tomorrowland, and about a little past halfway through the movie, Lando gets up and leaves, and we assumed you went to the bathroom, and you never returned.
So we assumed you went to the bathroom.
Yes.
We were like, oh, this is better than Tomorrowland. I'm going to stay here.
Then it turned out he had gone back next door to the office to deal with the fallout from the leak that was happening.
That he caused.
And then we got through it.
He caused. I never heard this story. Quite grand.
So, you know, in conclusion, you've never seen the last half of Tomorrowland.
But if you want, probably the biggest mistake I've made this year is that I forgot to cancel my Disney Movie Club the month that Tomorrowland was the Blu-ray. So I have a copy of it you can have.
Ben's on fire today.
He's taking everyone down.
Is it too soon?
I love you, Lando.
He was blushing when you called him out.
No, it's just I know the
was
true
a-
story,
it
and I
was a-
can't
you know,
explain myself without throwing other people into the bus.
It was a.
And I'm not about to do that.
You know what? We got through it.
It was,
I'm happy
it was
to- I'm
better
happy
for the
taking it on the
project.
chin.
Everybody got to see, oh, there's all this stuff that you...
No. You want Lando to be the punching bag for that? I'm fine with it. We know the truth.
You know what they say.
No, I don't. What do they say?
What happens in CIG stays in CIG.
That is nothing
No
that's
one
ever
has
been
ever said that. We're the opposite of that.
Never been said. Ever.
We could start now.
We can start now.
So that Rogue One trailer, huh?
Yeah.
But you know, isn't that a teaser? Isn't it supposed to make you want to see
It's a
more?
teaser.
It is a
trailer,
teaser, yeah.
yes.
But I didn't know if I wanted to see more after that. I
Oh.
kind of felt satisfied.
Go. Okay.
Put Tyler over-
I was
put
gonna
Tyler
go
over him,
away. I thought
please.
you were gonna be hating.
Oh, you made Has he come out?
Here he is again.
No, I said I was satisfied, Tom. I didn't say I didn't like
Oh,
it.
God.
Relax.
So defensive.
I believe the sentence I heard was, I didn't want to see more. That's
No, I'm saying I was satisfied. Like, I mean, I wasn't like.
I was
oh,
satisfied
gosh.
before the teaser came out. If they would have said the movie's opening right now, you haven't seen a frame of footage, would you go? Here's, I'd be like, shut up and take my money. But
I'm enjoying them putting these female leads.
look, and I know you've been a fan of Star Wars ever since Episode 1, so.
Oh,
Well,
this episode is brutal.
oh my
is.
gosh. Listen,
Thomas can't hear me.
Rogue One, I think it's gonna be great. I actually think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's one satisfying Star War.
I haven't said anything bad, Tom. You can't be mad at me.
Is this Thomas's first time showing off his beardless face?
Oh, it is.
Yes,
Yes.
this is his younger brother, Jack Hennessy.
Yes.
Jack Hennessy.
How you doing? Jack. Jack.
How you doing,
Go
Jack?
back to my home.
And weirdly enough, his mother is Martha.
I,
Hey, we're close to the end of the show.
I'm already there. Let's go ahead and move on to looking ahead, Tyler.
We already need to move on.
Okay. Looking ahead.
yeah.
Looking ahead. Hello.
Well,
Let's look
I want
ahead.
to get up from this table and scream into a pillow for about 5 minutes. That's what I'm going to do.
Don't worry, Lando. I know the truth.
Yeah. What else is coming up, Ben?
Well, we've got the monthly report, which will probably be late tonight. Please, if you're in Europe, wait until tomorrow morning. Don't stay up. We'll get it to you. It just
Yes, please don't put yourself out and stay up with these things.
I always
The
feel
info
bad.
doesn't change.
It makes us.
It will be there when you wake up in the morning.
yeah. I think nothing fans do that makes me feel bad, like staying up for our dumb stuff.
We got 10 for the chairman next week.
We do regular 10 for the chairman with Chris Roberts. We've got a video that Justin's working on the alien languages. We interviewed Britton, who is responsible for them.
A lot of info there.
Whole lot of info. Dave Haddock actually interviews him, so it's going to be very dense and interesting.
It's cool.
What else is coming up? A Secret Missions live stream tomorrow. Tune in, watch us play Secret Missions 2 live. 16 missions, giant bird people, flying Kilrathi ships, been talking about Wing Commander for like 8 to 12 hours. It's going to be good.
What are these giant bird people, by the way?
They're called Ferekins. You know how the Karathi are like
Yes.
6 foot tall cats? Well, these are 6 foot tall birds.
Interesting.
Because they had
I didn't know
creativity
there were
back then.
Giant birds in the Wing Commander universe.
There are. And they have a fire themed religion because their name is Ferekins. They had writers back then.
We're also going to see a couple things coming from Austin, including the return of Witch Glitch and something else.
The return of Witch Glitch.
The return of Witch Glitch.
Now, I like that everybody forgot about Witch Glitch to the point that we put out some of the old ones as standalones on YouTube because we needed them for an embed.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, Witch Glitch is back!" No, it was just the old one.
Yeah.
When are we getting that first episode, Tyler? Or the next episode? Rather?
I'll tell you what. Maybe we can get it in for next week's episode. I'll shoot for that.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. It's
Anybody
been
else got
nice.
anything else?
It's been
No?
wonderful to be back.
There's nothing else to look forward to.
Yes, look forward to next week.
No, just
We've got the
entropy and getting old and eventually dying.
we got the Mist Prospector coming up later. Not next week, but sometime after that. Late April, we're probably thinking. I don't know what else.
Is that lore makers for
We
next
might
week?
have a.
Yeah, there is a Lore Makers next week.
Oh, you guys can look forward to lore makers. I know you guys like that. They're always fun to catch.
We might have a new set next week. A new set for ATV because as soon as the cameras stop rolling, Lando's going to rip everything down.
It'll be the destruction set.
All right, guys, it's been Reverse the Verse. Hope you enjoyed it.
Love you guys.
At least some of you. Bye.
5 Hour Energy presents Why Are You So Tired? That would be the sound of your alarm going off. Unfortunately, your other alarm went off every 2 hours throughout the night, which means you're going to be alarmingly tired at work today. Listen, the truth is, as a parent, you'll never get enough sleep. But you can get this. A great tasting 5 Hour Energy shot. It'll help you be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, just like him. Now is the time for 5 Hour Energy.